Okay, for sections 4 and 5, we're going to use the same concept for both sections, and it's something we actually talked about in chapter 10 when we were dealing with circles. If we have a certain piece of a circle, that represents a percentage of the circle, and that percentage is calculated by taking the amount the piece represents divided by the whole amount of the circle. And it doesn't matter what measurements we're using to represent the piece in whole. So we can measure degrees, in which case the percent or the ratio would just be the degrees of the piece over 360, and that would give us the ratio of the piece, or the percent that the piece represents, the fraction the piece represents. So we can measure in degrees. We can measure it with arc length. Okay, so if we have the length of a piece of a circle, the whole circle would be the circumference. Which is 2 pi r. Or we could find the area of the piece and put that in a fraction of the whole. So area of a sector over area of the whole thing of the circle, which is pi r squared. So when we're finding missing pieces, so if we need to find arc length or area of a sector or the degrees or any of that stuff, we can use proportions that are set up by taking these equivalent ratios and putting them equal to each other. So I've got some examples here. I want to find the length of AB. So I want to find out, if I could measure this with a ruler, how long is it going to be? Well, I know that I have 130 degrees of the entire circle, which is 360 degrees. So that means I must have that same fractional amount of the whole length of the circle, which is circumference. Circumference is 2 pi r. In this case, my r is 15.4. So I'd have 30.8 pi. Let me bring up my calculator quick. So if I want to find how long this section is, I just need to cross multiply and solve. So I can just take 130 times 30.8 pi, and then divide that by 360, and that'll be the arc length, the length of arc AB. And that'd be in centimeters. Let's see. Now we want to find the radius. Well, they gave me degrees, so again, I know I have 132 degrees out of a total 360 degrees. And they gave me the length of AB, so I know I have 14.2 inches out of the total circle length, which would be 2 pi r. So I'm trying to solve for r.